Action. Evening, people. How you all doing? If you don't know who I am, you're watching this publicly. My name is David Daniels, and I'm making an attempt to get into public speaking. I'm signed up with a guy called Warren. He runs the Fearless Speaking Academy. I've joined a group for 4 weeks called the Express Speaking Webinar, and part of that is what I'm doing is Facebook Live videos to get myself out there, get some experience, and to see if I can connect to anyone out there who can relate to what I'm doing. So, tonight's title, which I've half forgotten already, is about attention. That's it, attention. How do you stand out, make yourself stand out? And I'm multitasking, so I'm washing up duties while I'm speaking to you people. Apologies for the lighting, there's an ongoing issue at some point, but will be sorted. So anyway, a couple of days ago I did a Facebook Live video, can't remember the subject, and I was washing up and I thought I was trying to be clever, multitasking and washing up at the same time. Keeps you guys happy, keeps my wife happy, everyone's happy. But anyway, at the end of it, I pressed the finish button. Hey Michelle. I pressed the finish button and something happened, and yeah, I'm being a bit cryptic here. Those of you who watched me before, who watched the video, will know what happened. Don't give it away. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch the video. As soon as you go and see the video, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Things didn't turn up how I wanted, and I wasn't happy. Nothing major, it wasn't the end of the world, but you know, it bugged me. Anyway, someone made a comment on that particular video, and the comment they made was my cousin, actually, Kwa Daniels. If you're watching, this is your fault. But anyway, Michelle, he gave the game away. Yes, I do realise I'm upside down. Last time I recorded, I didn't realise I was upside down. But anyway, I'm going to carry on to prove my point. At least you're listening, Michelle. But anyway, yes, the video was upside down. I didn't realise at the time the video was upside down. As soon as you look at it, the video was upside down. Don't worry, Michelle, that's cool. And anyway, my cousin commented, quirky marketing idea. Like I'm some marketing guru and I did it on purpose. I didn't. It was completely by accident. But the thing, he actually, while I was commenting to him, it actually gave me inspiration for this video to talk about this. I caught his attention. It was something different, and he noticed it. I think he was talking in jest, that it's a quirky marketing idea, but it caught his attention because it was something different. It stood out, not intentionally, but it stood out from the crowd. So my question to you, or what I'm talking about, is how do you stand out? What do you do to get people's attention? When everyone's on the same, when everyone's on a level playing field, what are you going to do? What can you do to stand out from the crowd and be noticed? So yeah, we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna carry on upside down. I did this on purpose to kind of see if anyone noticed and prove a point, and just see the kind of reaction I got. Whereas last time I didn't do it, was by accident. So what are you doing out there? So in terms of, I like to give examples in real life. The only thing that comes immediately to mind, because I'm not using any notes, is trying to get a job with an employer. So you know how most of you, how the process goes. It's either an application form, it's a CV. You hopefully get an interview. Nowadays, sometimes it's a challenge to get an interview, even an interview. You go to the interview, whether you know it or not, you're selling yourself at the interview. Why should that person employ you? What makes you stand out? Your qualifications, if applicable. And then that employer's got to make a decision. And you've got to have the right qualifications. Not always, actually. Sometimes if someone can see some potential in you, then they may give you a chance. So don't always be put off by job descriptions. If there's some stuff you haven't got, if you show that employer that you've got the potential, they may take a chance with you. So don't be put off by that. But anyway, at the end of the day, they've got to make a decision. And I've done a little bit of recruitment myself, so I know a little bit. I'm not an expert on it. You want what you're thinking is, what differentiates person A from person B. If they've got exactly the same qualification, exactly the same experience, what differentiates that person? But you can make, before you even get to that interview, you can make an impression. So I'm going to throw out some ideas, and this is linked to one of my videos on creativity, especially the tools we have at our dispense. It's time to think out of the box, people, because employers are inundated with CVs, application forms, half the time, and I've seen it experienced half the time, if there's any little thing, spelling, grammar, they don't like the font, any reason to put your CV to one side, they will, because they get inundated and they haven't got all day to be sifting through. So anything they can use. So how can you stand out? It can stand out right from the beginning. It could be, and I'm just throwing ideas out there. If anyone's got an actual particular job, to give me an example, to describe how you can stand out, give me. Thanks, Karim. It's on purpose, Karim. Watch back. You'll understand why. Karim, give me an example of a job, any job, a potential job that you want to apply for. Come on, Karim, don't let me down. A job, any job. Kelly, you still there? Give me an example of a job, a dream job. What did you want to do when you grew up? I fell for it. All right, it's upside down, people. The video's upside down. I'm trying to move on from that. Come on, give me a job. Okay, train job. Oh yeah, we're all coming through. Right. Like a bus, you get nothing and three come at once. Alright, Karim, you were first. Right, so train driver job. You want to be a train driver. You always love playing about train drivers. There's one job guy and 50 people applying. You all got the same qualifications. How do you stand out? Let's say you had to post your CV, and what can you do? And I'm not a marketing expert. My cousin's a marketing expert, and I believe, just making this up, the first rule of marketing, I might be completely wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, the first rule of marketing is to grab someone's attention. And back in the day, I was very marketing, they're trying to sell to you, blah blah blah. But all marketing is just showing off your product, your service, yourself in the best light. So you need to get someone's attention. How can you do that? That can start straight from when you post in your application. What about using a pink envelope? What about using a gold envelope? What would be something that stands out from the receptionist, just plants that seed in their head? Oh, it's a little bit different. Sending it by recorder, sending it by special delivery, something. That's just me thinking out the box from the first impression. What else can you do? Right, you can you got to sell yourself. So I love train driving. I've been fascinated in training at 5. Check out my blog on train driving. Do a blog on train drivers. You can do it for free. Do some videos on train driving. Check out my website on train drivers. Just an idea, something different. Your employer thinks, oh, this guy's actually got an interest in train drivers. He's not just saying what he needs to say to get a job. They go on your blog, they see you talking about trains, I don't know, different type of trains, modern trains, steam trains, back in the day. And they think, oh, this guy's, you know what I mean? I wish I could read your comments, but they're upside down. Me too, I was a control lad for 10 years. So I haven't read the other comments. So yeah, start a blog, do a YouTube, set up a YouTube channel, create a meetup. Meetup is a website where basically you connect with like-minded people on interests. So you could start a meetup group based on train drivers who've got a fascination of trains from the 70s or something, I don't know. And you can say in your CV that I created a meetup group. I meet with fellow train enthusiasts every month, and we talk about current train topics of the day. Just think outside the box, especially in this day and age. We've got all these tools for free. Start up a Facebook group of train enthusiasts. Show the employer that you're actually passionate about what you do, and show them how you can add value to the job you're applying for. Oh, what else is there? I don't know. You can maybe do I don't know, put a little USB stick in there or something of a recording of you talking about trains. I don't know. I'm just thinking, just differentiate yourself. I'm sure if you Google this stuff, marketing, I'll get a whole bunch of ideas. You want to grab someone's attention. You wanna show them right from the outset, because, like I say, nowadays, back in the day when I was going for jobs, and the way I did job hunting is not the way I do job hunting now. It's just I was just like a leafleter. I was just banging out CVs, hoping to get an interview, and it's quite easy to get an interview in that day. And the challenge for me was showing the best of myself in the interview. Nowadays, it's a bit more of a challenge. Economic state, what have you, depends on what field you get in, of course. Where even to get an interview is a challenge. The way I got into my current position, I've been at Haven Power now for 5.5 years, was through an agency. I showed what I could do to the agency. Yeah, they did a few tests, whatever. They saw my CV, that I talked to them. They sold me in to the employer. And talking about when I was saying earlier about don't let certain qualifications or duties they're asking for that you haven't got. That particular is a very basic example, but that particular where I'm working now, they actually wanted someone to work on, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I wasn't available on those days, but I imagine the recruitment agency said something along, I'm not bringing myself out, like, we really like this guy, we impressed this guy, we think he'd be a good fit for your company, but he can only work these days, and they made adjustments for that. And 5.5, that was only for a few weeks, and 5.5 years, they still can't get rid of me. Now, I'm still there doing a good job, adding value. So this is what I'm saying. And all these things, all these kind of YouTube stuff you can do, they may compensate for other areas where you don't particularly have the qualifications, where someone else might have, but they just send in a bog standard application form or a bog standard CV. For example, I love using voice notes, so most communication will have email and what have you, it's the written form. But sometimes if I really want to get a point across, if I really want to show someone the passion in my voice, my tone in my voice, I use a voice note. I'm part of this speakers group. There's about 19 other speakers. We have a WhatsApp group, which is just like a messaging service where you can write messages, send documents and audios. And a lot of us use audios to get a point across. Sometimes it's a lot quicker to write down and you get your point across. You get the emotion across. You feel the emotion. Even Karim, my good friend and buddy, we was commenting on one of my other videos, and I made a point, and he took it the wrong way, and thought he offended me. And Karim, you didn't offend me at all. It's sometimes the written word, emails, sometimes the way you read something, you can't get across your tone or the manner you wish them to come across. So that's why speaking is a great way to get your message across, because you're hopefully not just talking or reading from a bit of paper. I'm gesturing, I'm using my tone of voice, you see the emotion, eye contact, all the rest of it, all the physiology, all comes into play. So when you're applying for jobs, it's been very much a 2D process. Piece of paper. This day and age, multimedia and social media, yes, let's use these tools. Let's stand out before everyone else thinks that catches on and starts doing it. Let's just show them we're different. From that outset, they think, okay, this guy's different. And then you get the opportunity to sell yourself at the interview. They already know what you've done. You're not just doing it because you want the job. If you have a genuine love for what the job you're going for, they want people who are keen, they want people who are passionate, they want people who can add value and add ideas. And then, slight technical issue, I'm back. And then from there, who knows what happens. And also, from these blogs or things you can do, opportunities may come up. Networking is one of the best ways to get jobs nowadays, because again, people can see the type of person you are. They may know of a job coming up, and before the job even comes out officially, bang, you're in there, you're getting an interview. It's trying to give a 3D perspective, or 4D nowadays with these 4D cinemas blowing out smoke and all the rest of it. It's trying to give a more rounded, complete picture of who you are, whereas the traditional method has just been very much a 2D process. So that's what I say. Get people's attention. I've just given a job scenario as a whatever. It could be in other aspects in your life. And I'm glad, Michelle, if you're still there, Michelle, you inspired me. Michelle's part of the group I'm with. One of the challenges we will set was to get more public speaking gigs, to get some gigs where we can share, sponsored ones, where we can share our message with people, hopefully inspiring people. Now, my current employer have had a big push this year on community engagement, so getting ourselves in the local community, adding value to the local community, and then people will know who we are, what we do, what we supply, and then potentially there's potential there to win new business. And we've done things such as getting involved with the local hospital, getting involved with local charities, schools, getting in to teach children about maths in the real world, how does it apply. And I've been very keen to get involved in that, but just haven't found yet the right opportunity to get involved. Now, like I said, I'm trying to get public speaking gigs as well, and Michelle put a seed in my mind to combine the two together, i.e. speak on behalf of my employer. So I had a word with the lady in internal communications yesterday, just said, look, can I have a 5-minute conversation with you today? I've got a proposition for you. Kind of tried to intrigue her. So anyway, all it was for me was just to have an informal conversation. But no, this morning I was thinking about it. I thought, I want to show this lady that I'm serious about what I'm talking about. I've got a passion for it. So I just wrote just a Word document. Wasn't highly formatted, nothing fancy, no PowerPoint slides and all the rest of it. And I just wrote my presentation. I called it a presentation to my employer. And it was kind of had a few sections in there. So one was my why, part one. And what I did, I explained that I want to be a public speaker, and I know I want to get out there and spread my message to people. So showing why I wanted to do it, but I also wanted to show why it would be of benefit to my company. And I said I can go out as an employee on behalf of Haven, which is a company I work for. And engage with the community, which is what one of the goals for the year is. And then I set up my vision, so how I would see this happening. And again, it was just basically going out on behalf of Haven, representing Haven, talking to organisations about different subjects. Then I set what my strategy was. It wasn't nothing major, just a 2-step strategy, just to paint a picture for this lady I was speaking to kind of see, oh yeah, that could work for us, and or maybe that couldn't work, just to give her something to go with. So the strategy was who, as in what type of organisations could I see this working with, and I was just brainstorming. So I put things like schools, universities, social enterprises, local businesses, charities, youth clubs. And the second part of the strategy was what am I going to speak about, and then using that. So for example, I've done a video on creativity. You've even watched it, look back a few videos and watch on creativity. So for example, I'm going into school, typically school, do your GCSEs, do well, what have you. And I could share a message about creativity, about vision, about thinking outside the box. People like Steve Jobs in Apple, Richard Branson, these people had a vision inside their mind. Even the school building they're in, the person or company who built that had a picture inside their mind, trying to get these kids to think creatively. There, got it. These kids to think creatively, and encourage them to think for themselves as well. Critical thinking, whatever you want to call it. And then I'd bring in my company. So my particular company, and this is true, have had the biggest biomass regeneration program. And without trying to get too technical, my business supplies electricity, and obviously we all know that fossil fuels and all that are dying out. So they embarked on a program to look for alternative sources of fuel. And we all know about, you've all seen the wind farms, you all know about solar, but another way is biomass. And they've undertaken the biggest project in Europe to convert some of the existing facilities to produce the biomass and produce a renewable source of energy. That hasn't been done before. They had to trailblaze a way, so creativity come out there. So that I can use as an example when I'm talking to these kids about creativity. marrying two together. There's no selling involved. There's no pitching involved. It's just talking about a subject, a generic subject, but using my company, the company I work for, as an example. So that was my twofold strategy. And then the next subject was, why me? Because they could think it's a great idea, but why shouldn't we choose someone else? So that's where I sold myself, and basically I said, look, I've got a passion to speak, and I gave a little bit of my story, the fact I was shy growing up, crippled by shyness, and how this is a very basic version. I kind of moved past that, and I want to use my message to reach out to other people who are shy. And that's a predominant reason that I'm doing this. This is the reason I'm doing all this Facebook Live. I'm a shy, not a shy, I'm more introverted now. I'm a private person. This is not what I wake up, what I do now, because I'm starting to enjoy it, but it wasn't, I want to do a Facebook Live and potentially reach out to people and with a message. But it's using the pain that I went through to help others avoid that pain, and not as much of the pain or struggles that I went through. So, and I said, basically, I'm hungry for this. I haven't had any public speaking training. I'm very guarded against getting public speaking training. I will at some point, but with the right organisation, someone such as Warren's company, where it's based on taking action, because I like a lot of too much theory, and I just lose the motivation. And for me, I need to be, and I'm at a stage in my life, I just need to be doing stuff. Far too long I've been trying to get things perfect and that, and I just need to be doing. That's why I'm doing this with some dodgy lighting and me washing up, whatever. I'm just out there doing it. The more I do it, the more comfortable I get. And then, I made an intention not to watch any of my videos back for 4 weeks, because I'm very critical of myself. And hopefully after 4 weeks I'll see some development, and then maybe some refinement can be made. But for now, for me, I just need to do it. I just need to do these videos. So that's what I'm doing. So hopefully people can see when I'm talking that, like I say, I'm not professional. I'm just doing this raw. But then I believe people can relate to that. I can see I'm genuine about this, and I'm down to earth. There's no ulterior motives involved. And then the last part of the subject was, can I do it? I'm saying all this, but what's the proof? What proof have you got in the pudding? So I said to her, look, I added her as my friend last night on Facebook. I said, come watch these Facebook Lives, see what I'm doing, see my upside down videos and whatever. And also I drew, and this is another tip, maybe I'll cover it in another video. It's linked to this one, where if you don't think you've got the experience to do so, I think I've actually covered it before. But anyway, one of the disadvantages of not watching your videos. But anyway, I'm going to talk about it again. Think about stuff in your own life. So for me, I say I haven't got any public speaking experience, but my mum a few years ago had a 60th birthday party. We had a surprise birthday party for her. I opened up, did an introductory speech in front of X amount of people. That's public speaking. Might not have been Wembley Stadium in front of 1,000 people, but I was up in front of a crowd speaking about my mum and how much she's done for me and how much she's done for the community. That's public speaking. So there's a little bit of a track record there. So then that was it. Put all that on a bit of paper. Did it in about half an hour. I researched my own company, looked in the website, and tried to see how I could fit and present it. So it was a synergy of two goals: my public speaking goals and the company's goals to get in the local community. Gave it to her. I had a conversation. She seemed really impressed. There's nothing available at the moment, but if there is, then I've pitched it to her. She'll think of me, and there's some other different avenues I can go down. And that's it. I grabbed her attention. If someone else wants to do that, they got to do something to get her attention. So that's it, people, really. We all have similar skills. You got to do something to stand up. We're all the same but different at the same time. We're all individuals. We all have something. And anyone on this video don't think to have value, trust me, you have value. You have something to offer to this world. I've watched many videos of speakers and I think, well, he's great and he's that. I'm just doing what I'm doing, and hopefully my personality will come out. And like I said, that's why I'm not doing training as well, because I don't want to be like just another speaker who does PowerPoint slides and just reads from a script and that wooden thing. Because if that's what I'm going to end up like, then I'm not doing it, because it's just, I want to be able to speak from, corny as it might sound, speak from my heart, speak from my experiences, and then the rest will build on itself. Maybe bring a bit of humour, a bit of animation, you know what I mean, entertainment or what have you. But that'll come with time. I'm just, like I say, I'm just doing this at the moment. So, and people are sending me some fantastic comments, and like I say, the comment from my cousin has inspired this video. So I'm definitely, and I'm not, the creativity thing is something I've tapped into really this year, really, just because I always told myself I'm not very creative, I'm not very artistic. We all are creative, it's just the way we think, or the way we've been conditioned to think. And if you want more detail, then check my creativity video, that'll cover it in more detail. So that's it really. I hope it's added some value. I've had quite a lot of comments on here. Thank you, people. It is upside down. I know. I will read them and get back to each and every one of you. Hope this video has caught your attention. The upside down video, part 2, was on purpose. The first time I did it, it wasn't on purpose. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I would scroll through and thank and shout outs and that, but I've got soap in my hands. I'm washing up. Like I said, keep you guys happy, keep my wife happy, I'm happy. So I'm gonna go. About mashing up my phone. I've got a towel anyway. Right, people, hope you enjoyed it. Send me more comments, give me your likes. Really love the feedback. I'm starting to, like I said, I'm starting to get into these. I'm doing a Facebook Live a day, just to, I don't know how many Facebook Lives that will be by the end of the year, but a substantial amount. And hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.